Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Nathan and today I'm going to be discussing Andrei Vasilevskiy and if he is the most overrated star right now in the NHL. Now usually I don't like to touch the overrated player subject with a 10-foot pole. The last time I did that was like a year and a half ago and I haven't really done anything since then. But today I have a good reason, and specifically when it comes to Andrei Vasilevskiy. Now the real main reason I'm making this video is today I was just scrolling through Twitter, you know, as you do, and something ended up catching my eye. Now, the NHL posted this trophy tracker, Vezina Trophy, and they've been doing this for all the other trophies too. But it says here, 18NHL.com writers cast their vote at this point in the season, and you can see the leaders, Andrei Vasilevskiy coming at number 1 with 75 points, Tuukka Rask at number 2 with 63 points, and Ben Bishop at number 3 with 49 points. Now, this voting really confused me because just a couple of months ago, in early January, the NHL.com did something similar to this, did the trophy tracker, had their votes. Darcy Kuemper was number 1 and Connor Hellebuyck was number 2. Now, I can get not having Darcy Kuemper up there now because he missed that time due to injury and since coming back has not been as good. But Connor Hellebuyck has still been at the same level, has gotten more minutes, more playing time, and is still playing pretty fantastic on a bad Jets defense, and right now is pretty much the main reason why they're still in the playoff race. And when I initially saw this, I got more and more confused as I started to do a lot more research, and even though I've been paying attention to the Vezina race for a while this year, it still hasn't really come up to my mind that Andrei Vasilevskiy is the leader in the Vezina race, and with the stats that he's put up, he simply isn't. Now, comparing the two goaltenders in Connor Hellebuyck and Andrei Vasilevskiy, Connor Hellebuyck, who's playing at a Vezina-like level right now, in my opinion, and Andrei Vasilevskiy, who's been a lot better recently, the stats are still woefully on Hellebuyck's side. Now, when it comes to the time on ice leaders for all goaltenders, Hellebuyck is second right behind Carey Price with 2,971 minutes. Vasilevskiy is fourth in the NHL with 2,824 minutes. Now, at the same time, when it comes to save percentages, Connor Hellebuyck has a .920 save percentage on a terrible Winnipeg Jets defense, and even though I like the additions of guys like Dylan DeMello, that defense has been horrendous for most of this year. Then you go to Andrei Vasilevskiy, who in my opinion has a defense that is very strong at points, even though it didn't start out the strongest. Vasilevskiy didn't stay strong either at the first couple of months, and then got better and better. Now, he right now is sitting at a .915 save percentage, and again, just isn't comparable to the amount of minutes and the amount of shots and the terrible defense that Connor Hellebuyck has to deal with. Now, the time on ice is fairly similar, but the shots against are also where the spread comes a lot more. Now, Connor Hellebuyck is still second in shots against behind Carey Price with 1,643, but that's where Andrei Vasilevskiy drops. He goes to number 6 with 1,443. So there's about a 200 difference right there, actually exactly a 200 shot difference, and that's pretty heavily workload comparable. Now, Andrei Vasilevskiy is still facing a lot of shots, but that's mostly because he's pretty much playing every single game. And even at that point, yes, your save percentages are going to go down, you're playing more, but Connor Hellebuyck has played more ice, and he also doesn't really have a backup. Brossoit has not been good whatsoever this season, and Connor Hellebuyck has been relied on to be the main guy, and he's nowhere to be seen on that top 3 by NHL.com. And that's what really starts to bug me about Andrei Vasilevskiy, because yes, I will admit, I like the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're my second favorite team by all means. And Andrei Vasilevskiy has had a really good couple of months since January, I would say. He's been really solid, one of the NHL's better goaltenders. But at the same time, to give a guy a Vezina Trophy, he has to be the best goaltender of the year throughout the whole year. And Connor Hellebuyck, with a terrible defense, has somehow been one of the most consistent goalies of the year. I don't know how you even accomplish that. And with Andrei Vasilevskiy, even though I don't think Tampa's defense is amazing and absolutely elite, you still have great defensemen there like Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, Sergachev's having a great season too. That's a defense that at the very least can do its job. Meanwhile, with Winnipeg, their best defenseman is Neil freaking Pionk. And yes, he scores points, but he's not going to play defense for you. Now, when it really starts to get confusing is when you compare Vasilevskiy's season to a lot of the other NHL goalies in the league, and this is where it gets kind of stunning. When you compare goalies that have played at least 35 games, which is pretty much right above half of the games for a lot of the teams right now in the NHL, you get some pretty good results. Now, of goaltenders that have better save percentage than Andrei Vasilevskiy's .915, there are 7 other ones that have played above 35 games to have better ones. Now, there's 2 notable ones on that list. Now, number 1 is Grav with a .926, but in terms of defenses that I know are not as good as Tampa, you first have Jacob Markstrom with the Vancouver Canucks, who has a .918 save percentage and just a few games below Vasilevskiy. He's doing it very well and was one of the considerations for the honorable mentions on the NHL poll, by the way. But you also have Mackenzie Blackwood, who has played 43 games compared to Vasilevskiy's 47 and has a .916 save percentage. Blackwood isn't even being considered for the Calder Trophy this year, yet Andrei Vasilevskiy, who's putting up worse stats with much better defense, is supposed to win the Vezina Trophy? Are you kidding me? And it's continually more and more obvious that these NHL.com writers only care about wins when it comes to goaltenders. Why else would Vasilevskiy be number 1? Yes, in the past couple of months he's been one of the best goalies, but why would we just forget about the first 2 months of the season when Tampa was a team that could have missed the playoffs? Now, a lot of that was because of Tampa not playing all that well, but let's not deflect and say that Vasilevskiy did not have a bad first couple of months, because he was not good either. He was one of the reasons why they were not winning games. And even though he has been better, he isn't just suddenly the Vezina candidate because he's getting wins. You want to guess who has the most wins in the NHL this year? It's Andrei Vasilevskiy, 32 wins. Second is Jordan Binnington with 29. That is the only reason I can think of, the only reason that puts Andrei Vasilevskiy at number 1. And I must say, if you're putting a goaltender as your Vezina favorite because he wins games, that is one of the most flawed stuff ever. Might as well give Ryan Graves the Norris Trophy because he has the best plus-minus in the league. Get out of here. Now again, as I said before, I love the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're one of my favorite teams. And I like watching Andrei Vasilevskiy. He's a super energetic, very great athletic goaltender. And he has so much potential in this league. But when I see him getting overrated for years that aren't as consistent as they should be, or maybe aren't his best years, because I think his best years are ahead of him, that's where I really start to get kind of iffy about this whole thing. Because Ben Bishop deserved to win the Vezina Trophy last season. There, I said it. Even though he played less games, it was only 7 less games, and he almost had a 0.10% difference between Vasilevskiy and Bishop. Again, a .934 save percentage in Bishop compared to .925 in Vasilevskiy. If we're just going to give the Vezina Trophy to the best goalie on the best team, then it's not going to matter. It's just not. Now, I haven't made it abundantly apparent in the channel before, but I like to use advanced stats, and especially when it comes to goaltenders, it can tell us a lot of the story. And my favorite goalie stat when it comes to advanced stats is goal saved above average, aka GSAA. And when it comes to that stat, it basically calculates the high danger chances, the low danger chances, and everything in between to show how many goals this goaltender is actually saving compared to the average. And it is fairly accurate, and of course, again, they track every single shot, so it's about as accurate as you could possibly get. Andrei Vasilevskiy right now is just under average with a minus 0.89 goals saved above average. That's pretty much just below average, but there are so many other goaltenders who have about the same sample size who are doing so much better than him, and yes, Connor Hellebuyck is definitely one of them. And I've said this on the channel before, I think Andrei Vasilevskiy has the talent and has the compete level to be the best goaltender in the world. But that time is not right now. Even though he is one of the better goaltenders in the NHL, he is not number 1. He hasn't played like the best goalie in the world ever in his career. I think it will happen eventually, but if we keep rewarding Andrei Vasilevskiy for not elite seasons and keep skipping on guys like Ben Bishop and Robin Leonard, for instance, last year, who truly had amazing seasons for when they played, it's just going to continue that cycle. I don't want to see the goaltender who's on the best team continually getting the Vezina Trophy, because that's not what the Vezina Trophy is about. It's not about who wins the most, it's about who the best goaltender is, and Andrei Vasilevskiy is not that. Look at save percentage. Look at with Andrei Vasilevskiy's whole year. Don't just take into account the year of 2020, because 2019 still exists for him. At the same time, even though Andrei Vasilevskiy, I still think is a top 10 goaltender, 100%. He has the talent to be. He has the work ethic to be. The guy has weaknesses, and they get exposed sometimes. At the same time, Andrei Vasilevskiy has wins. And that's what I kind of fear with the Vezina Trophy specifically, is that it will become a win trophy. There's been years where that has not been the case, and thankfully there's been some trendsetters, but then you have Andrei Vasilevskiy, who really the only defense is that he got wins. He was not the best goaltender last year, and that got exposed versus Columbus. I'm not sure if it's going to get exposed again this year. I'm just hoping that we finally wake up and look at save percentage, look at goal save above average, the stats that aren't team stats, but individual players. This isn't a team award. The Vezina Trophy should go to the best goaltender, and Andrei Vasilevskiy has not been that. But again, as I said before in this video, I don't want it to seem like I'm attacking Andrei Vasilevskiy. I do not hate him. I do not hate him as a person. Pretty much the opposite, in fact. And if you enjoy watching Vasilevskiy, the more power to you, because honestly, he's a super fun goaltender to watch. At the same time, though, for me, I think he's overrated in the way that he does play. And even though he is still one of the better NHL goalies, to me, he does not deserve the Vezina Trophy this year. That's just my opinion. You can take with that if you will, but that's just my personal experience. But that'll be it for today, guys. Thanks so much for enjoying. Of course, let me know your comments down in the comments down below. All your thoughts. Do you think he's overrated? Do you think he's underrated? Let me know. All I ask is that you keep it respectful, because again, everyone has a different opinion. We can be respectful in the comments. Come on, boys. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification bell if you're just stopping by or have enjoyed the video so far. And of course, share this video with your friends. Get the opinions out there, and click on this card right here to watch my opinions on all of my NHL trade videos right in one playlist. My name is Nathan, and I'll see you all next video or stream. Goodbye.